Your emotions running high, your world instantly becoming a tornado. Whirling with fears of death, a lump in your throat so intense that you can't swallow, a knot in your stomach, you're sure to vomit, and the panic and certainty that you will be the next victim of an unexpected massacre. It is undisputable that things of that nature would run through one's mind if held at gunpoint, just as the innocent did at the Virginia Tech shootings. Disturbingly enough, research dating back from 1975 has determined that video games are in fact culpable for advocating aggressive demeanor, causing an increased amount of violence amongst young adults. The effects of violent video games have recently came under intense scrutiny from the masses due to the rash of school shootings committed by adolescents. Several leading researchers in the field recently testified before a U.S. Senate Commerce Committee hearing about the detrimental effects of violent video games on children and adolescents. With violent video games being played on average at least 3.5 hours weekly by adolescents, it's no surprise that when you constantly are murdering, that it doesn't become a susceptible ideal for adolescents. Not only are we making it susceptible, we are also training them to execute these massacres. A military science professor, James Garbino, vindicates that granting children permission to play these video games with such high violent content and allowing them to virtually master the concept of how to murder people in video games is no different from the ways that pilots virtually train how to fly without leaving the ground through flight simulators. Garbino has recognized the benefits of first-person shooter games technology since World War II. When the technology was first introduced, the accuracy rate of shooting the desired enemy increased 85% from World War II to the Vietnam War. Are we teaching children to kill? Ask the parents of Michael Cornell, who was only 14 years old when he stole a pistol and conducted a school shooting on a high school prayer group in Kentucky, shooting 7 innocent people. The victims' family members have recently filed a lawsuit against the video game manufacturer for $130 million, claiming that the first-person shooter design intuitively educated the adolescents on how to operate the firearm. As the video game market may seem to be increasing, it is also evident that the amount of multi-million-dollar lawsuits is increasing as well. Dr. Phil has even recently commented on the issue of video game violence, supporting that we might be programming our children. The problem is, we are programming these people as a society. You cannot tell me common sense tells you that if these people are playing video games when they're on a mass killing spree in a video game, when they're is glamorized on the big screen, it becomes part of the fiber of our society. You take that and mix it with a psychopath, a sociopath, or someone suffering from mental illness, add in a dose of rage, the suggestibility is too high. And we're going to have to start dealing with that. We're going to have to start addressing those issues and recognizing that the mass murders of tomorrow are the children of today that are being programmed with this massive violence overdose. Theoretical explanations reinforce Dr. Phil's recent statement. If the social learning theory is applied to video game violence, researchers hypothesize that exposure to video game violence would evoke behavioral mimicry, reinforce already existing aggressive habits, and increase internal arousal. In turn, this internal arousal could be interpreted as anger, which increases the likelihood of aggression. This could have been the case with Devin Moore, who was an addict of the popular video game Grand Theft Auto. As the 18-year-old was being booked inside the police station for being under suspicion of stealing a vehicle, Moore, having no criminal history, was being very cooperative while in the police station, suddenly snapped, grabbing the officer's Glock, shooting him and 2 others as he grabbed a set of car keys, less than 60 seconds. Devin's attorney urged that Devin was trained to do what he did. He was given a murder simulator. Upon Moore's capture, he was even quoted stating, "Life is like a video game. Everybody's got to die sometime." Researchers unanimously agree that if adolescents and children are constantly playing video games, they could become more susceptible to aggression. It's said that in aggressive children, they act aggressively in part due to a hostile attributional bias. That is, when exposed to a frustrating social stimulus, a hostile attributional bias results in cue distortion. which leads aggressive children to interpret the stimulus as an aggressive cue and respond aggressively. Social experiences such as violent video game play may lead to the formation of a hostile attributional bias, in which the teenage brain is not fully developed, causing teenagers such as Devin Moore, who lack the impulse control center of the brain, the part in which enables adults to think ahead and consider consequences. Basically, with teenagers not being able to control their impulses efficiently, aggression can be a dangerous attribute. One can assume that the video game industry will assume to grow to be more popular in the future. With the remarkable technological advances seen annually, it is evident that the video game market will escalate. Since the limitation of violent video game production, it is currently inevitable that we can only hope that the unfortunate trend of school shootings are a thing of the past. Violent actions rooting from violent video games have become such a formidable issue amongst young adults that stores such as Walmart now card teenagers in hope to keep violent video games from underage kids. This signifies that America recognizes how significant the issue really is and needs to begin to take action. And I leave you with this.
Probably could if we all just stopped and said a prayer for them. So take these words and sing out loud, 'cause every word spoken now. 'Cause tonight's the night the world begins again. I wish everyone was left tonight and told myself this endless fight, just a chance that maybe we'll fight.
As far as I'm concerned, I'm not comfortable with the deaths of fellow students.
Take these words